Alright, so gonna be doing a commentary on a tournament match live between between the Pollute Agents and the Wraiths, part of TLS. So far we have MasterBaz, which is on the left, versus MickyTry. Both pretty well-known players, although for different reasons. They both go for the Dokomori lead with the Ice Cold Traps, which is pretty solid. I guess they both thought they were gonna swap out, which fair, I guess. So we see MasterBaz, I'm not gonna call him that. We see Baz getting the Earthquake as well as outspeeding. This does around the same amount of damage, so looks like they are, or at least Mickey has the health amulet. So if this is indeed a speed tie, then if Mickey somehow wins this then he will of course win. However, let's just see, because obviously they don't really want to stay in. Okay, so they baffle. That's 2 speed ties to the Dokomori. Of course, it could just be a different set, because people like to run V-Sluggish on their Dokomoris with Robust Clever, so they can have better matchups against specific melee attackers. I mean, one of them is like Robust is pretty used for stuff like Se-Scourge. Of course, you pretty much wall that anyway. However, especially in the late game where Dokomori is chipped, you might as well just want to have it just because it's a lot more safer. So Baz does get the baffle. We still don't know what he's going to go into, because Dogu can really just click anything, honestly. So he swaps out, and then he goes your snack, which is the most safest play you can really do here. No matter what they really try and do, you just baffle out. Okay, so they baffle, then your snack keeps its tank up because Hazards doesn't remove it just yet. So that's pretty good for it. Mickey goes into Cleone, which is fair enough, I guess. This is like gonna do around 30-40% to tank. So Baz does get a free fade or a baffle. Okay, so gets the gust off, which means the Ice Cold Traps are just out. Fade away does a decent amount of damage. Doesn't want to risk the Shade Pearl, and of course staying in. So we will see what your snack really goes into. Assuming Baz brought some type of wall breaker here that usually are melee defensive, then this is pretty free. Okay, so Lashent takes 25%, however it does threaten the Cleone out, so this is free momentum for Baz here. Really, not much I can really say here. Although the traps are up, it does look like Baz is in a slightly better position here. If he clicks Fade Away, Cleone dies, or assumingly dies. It probably does. And hopefully it's not like a light type coming in, and in which case he gets momentum. Although he can be safe and play passively by taking off the item of whatever comes in, which looks like he does. Cleone is immediately gone, so that's your first knockout of the match. It is heavy shield, so Mickey tried to bluff the Shade Pearl. Didn't end up working for him though. Although he could easily sack the Cleone because it probably might have not done much to Lashent at all. So this is pretty good for Baz, although Mickey does get to go into whoever he wants. Alright, Deladrix. So we've seen Cleone and Dokomori, and now we see the Deladrix. It is pretty safe to assume that this is a traditional Rain team running Dokomori. Of course, Lashent is threatened with the Ferroblast here, because that is a 4-time super effective move. Let's see if Mickey does not click the Ferroblast. Your snack is pretty safe because it resists Ferroblast and Zip Zap. Let's see what he does. This is pretty good, at least for Baz anyway. If the Deladrix is some sort of clutch plushie set, then this is going to be pretty rough for your snack, taking around, I guess you can say around like 50 to 60, assuming this is a clever set. However, Baz does get the potential to break the clutch plushie. Of course, Mickey does not let that happen. It gets a free baffle, so again, Baz gets some free momentum here. Looks pretty good so far. We've seen your snack Doku and of course the Lashent. So let's see what he has for Mickey's Lashent. Lashent is pretty dangerous. However, he does get a free baffle. So That's pretty good for Buzz. Some really endgame scenarios you can try and come up here with is that, of course, Mickey has the Delu, which immediately... Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so he goes Doku. Doku, especially when Mickey has some sort of revenge, or not revenge killer, but when he has Lashent to chip this down. Okay, so Icicle Traps come up, which means the possible clutch plushie now is probably going to get broken. Doku lives the Earthquake. If I were me, I probably would have Icicle Traps too, because you don't win this 1v1, especially at that energy. So Doku does outspeed. Looks like it's not V sluggish, and then we get free Baneful Bash. Of course, doesn't do much. Gets the poison. Let's see if Mickey tries to rejuvenate here, so he wastes like a turn. Okay, no. So he just goes for Earthquake. Doku is gone now, so that's a tied game at 4-4. What is that? Both Doku? No, that's not both Dokomoris going down. We have their Mickey's Cleone going down. So let's see what Baz again has for this Lashent. So right now they have their own Lashent and your snack. Obviously, Lashent versus Lashent is probably like your best option if they're just going off of these two. However, let's really see what he tries to do here. So he does go his own Deladrix. So is this... So it might be Rain versus Rain. I obviously don't know their teams, because yes, it's not that type of tournament. But it looks like it is a Rain versus Rain team. I mean, we've seen the Rain staples of Doku on both sides. Like the only and then Lashent, I guess. The only differentiating thing about it is that it has a Cleone on Mickey's side, and we got a Yursnack on Baz's side. Obviously, it does look like that Baz is benefiting off of the Yursnack here, simply because it just helps tank hits. Obviously, the Lashent is pretty threatened here because of Feral Blast. However, Mickey can easily stay in and predict a Zip Zap of sorts. Obviously, his Cleone is down, so he doesn't have an immediate swap into Deladrix, so this is just pretty good. So staying in to predict the Zip Zap is perfectly fine, and that's looked like what he does. Of course, the crit didn't matter. It's a 4-time super effective move. I mean, come on, really, didn't matter. But of course, Mickey is now at a 3-4 position. Baz looks like he's going to be winning this one right now, at least based off score-wise, and if Baz's Deladrix is Boots, he can contend with Mickey's Deladrix, or Mickey is just a clutch plushie Deladrix, and the Baz's Deladrix can easily win. However, Baz can easily be clutch plushie himself, so he may have to go down to a speed tie. Of course, Delu versus Delu. If Baz is really Boots, he cannot stay in, because Deladrix does resist the Feral Blast. I don't really think Mickey is in a position to try and double on this Deladrix, especially trying to really scout if that's clutch plushie. We really don't know as of late, and assuming like their fourth move option, not fourth move option, we've seen 4 out of 4 of their teammates. Honestly, if it's a Rain team, then we are most likely gonna see some sort of Se-Scourge Skellig that's gonna be appearing. And looks like we did see a Skellig for Mickey's side. So this is incredibly dangerous. Yursnack can't exactly try and fade away here. Or no, he can't exactly baffle, because the Skellig can easily stay in base form and try and get a combative boost. So this is pretty dangerous right now, unless like Baz's Deladrix is like a like a nimble set. It is not outspeeding. Okay, so Mickey predicts the baffle coming out of Yursnack. It is a little bit beneficial for Baz, assuming that Deladrix is the only answer that he has for Se-Scourge. However, right now, +3 Se-Scourge versus his team is honestly quite the rough matchup. Like, what do you even have under Rain that can deal with Se-Scourge? Like, it's pretty hard right now to actually really try and win this if Baz is here. So we've seen the tide of the battle change pretty quickly, from Baz winning in the beginning to Mickey winning it a little bit in the middle, and now up to this position Mickey looks like he's just outright winning. The only real way you can try and beat Se-Scourge here is that you can get a crit with an outburst on your own Se-Scourge, assuming that they are a full dedicated rain team, but this is just dangerous all around. We really don't know what he may go into, so he goes Lashent, which obviously doesn't even tank. It doesn't tank a +3 under rain. I think even maybe Heedless Rush might kill, but obviously Chili Chomp will kill, a Primal Slash or an Outburst will kill at this range. So it's just very interesting to really see what Baz tries to do, because right now we've seen his Lashent. Okay, so wait, so he stays base form. Okay, not really sure why. I mean, you'd rather just Soul Burst, but sure, I guess. So the Lashent is down. We are at a tie game. However, the scores only really dictate because Mickey right now is just in a winning position. Okay, so Deladrix is up against Se-Scourge. This is looking pretty bad because right now it's pretty impossible for him to win, because Deladrix only really does a 3 KO levels of damage to Se-Scourge. It's not doing a lot to it. So we finally see the Se-Scourge getting its Soul Burst up, which, I mean, fair, I guess. I don't know why he did it a lot more sooner, especially with that Lashent one, but we move. So we see the Se-Scourge finally Soul Bursting. So it's a Nimble Se-Scourge. Okay. Oh, no. It always outspeeds Deladrix under rain. I'm just talking about... I think I was like confusing Skellig with Leviatros. So already we are 2-2. We have Yursnak versus Skellig, Deladrix, and I forgot his last. So what is Baz's last? Okay, we get the tank up, and Rain is still up. So I feel like this is the last turn of Rain. If honestly, if I were Mickey right now, I would just try and guarantee the clean here. Just hit the Yursnak. I mean, it's not that deep anyway. Okay, so Primal Slash +3 against this Yursnak. Of course, tank makes it live. Okay, we see the slap down. A very weird play, I must say, because what does he have for Se-Scourge then? Does he have nothing? I think it does look like it, because if he didn't baffle, then what would he do? Okay, so Yursnak goes down. Interesting. So we're now at a 3-1 position for Mickey, and then we see Arapago. Oh shoot! Oh wait, anti-rain cleaner. Oh wait. Okay, so the thing is, I think Skellig just outright wins here because it Oko's Arapago, unless like I'm missing something. So we see a Primal Slash coming out, and we see the Arapago fainting. Mickey, for the Pollute Agents, has won against Baz. Wasn't really close at the end at all, but that's it.